Yep. Like, subscribe, hit the notifications bell so you'll be notified every time I upload. Let's get into this weather. No games came on early. All right. Houston at Baltimore. Looks like light rain pregame and around first pitch. With storms arriving late after the game, that gives us a decent window to play ball between those two rain events. I have a yellow orange for now, but hope to lower that risk some before first pitch, assuming everything remains on track. Right now, I put it at chance for a late start, but there's time to play ball this afternoon. Atlanta at Pittsburgh. Maybe a stray shower. High res models aren't even showing that. So I expect I expect we're dry here with a very low chance of something popping and causing us delay. Minnesota, Detroit. Like Pittsburgh, I don't think we see anything more than a stray shower, leaving a little yellow in case something random pops up. But I don't expect trouble. Okay. Washington, Philly. All right, it's not much rain, but the timing is sure is annoying. A batch of storms look poised to move in right after the first pitch. That leaves us with either an early delay or a long slate start. It does eventually clear, and I do fully expect them to play, but I think a delay of some sort is fairly likely. Last but not least, Kansas City Royals at Boston. Excuse me. For both this game and Philly game, we need to keep in mind that the exact timing on things will change. But as it looks now, one of the batch of storms clearing early around first pitch, another batch arriving late after the game, that will let us play ball. Though a late start may be needed, and we'll have to make sure that the second batch isn't arriving quicker than currently forecasted. All right. So there we have it, man. Watch the weather, watch your pitching, because pitching really gets affected through weather. Yeah. Oh, excuse me. So there you have that. Otherwise, let's just please speed through it. Atlanta Braves at Pittsburgh Pirates here. We got an over under 10. We got Brady Falter and Elder on the mound, okay? Elder's been showing the ability to get hit lately. Pittsburgh has been showing the ability to hit righties lately. Brady Falter is a lefty. We got a few bats that do get a bump here. If you for Atlanta Braves. So I'm gonna tell you the bats that I like here. Uh, so Falter, first of all, Falter, this is his second start since coming back. Let me see how many innings he pitched last time. He he 5-15. He was out. Come back 8-5. So he was out for almost 3 months. Okay, he went 4 innings, 2 strikeouts versus Milwaukee, 1 earned run. Okay, now he does pitches his worst towards left-hand batters. Okay, so these lefties should get a bump here. You know who that is. You know who that beat. Um, Somebody like Olsen. No, yeah, yeah, yeah. So somebody like Olsen, Ozuna, he's in play. He's a righty, but he's in play. Arsha, I really like Arsha here. Arsha hits lefties really, really well. 1,000 OPS, almost 1,100 OPS versus lefties there. Um, Sean Murphy. All right, Sean Murphy's in the lineup. He's a righty, but he does hit lefties well. At over 1,000 OPS. Michael Harris, he hits lefties well, and Ozzy Albies, he's over 1,000 OPS versus lefties. We know these are the Braves. We know the usual suspects, but those are the other guys. Okay, so I think Falter is definitely in trouble here. Braves minus 220 favorites here. It is what it is. On the flip side, I do got love for Pittsburgh though. Reynolds, Sawinski. Sawinski is due, so I wouldn't be surprised if he smacks one today. So Sawinski's due. They, Big Henry. They got some bats over here. They have been hitting righties. So just to give you guys, and you guys already know. I'm quite sure you guys know they have been hitting righties. What surprised me was they came out hitting lefties the other day. So WRC plus, Pittsburgh. I mean, they 17th to WRC plus over 30 days. Probably the last 2 weeks is probably when they was, probably when they've been doing a little bit better. All right. So Pittsburgh, right. 350 plate appearances, last 2 weeks. Strikeout weight is sitting at 27.7, but, WRC plus, they are seventh in WRC plus over a 2 week span. And then they probably fall back off the last 7 days. It might fall back off a little bit, but 12th in WRC plus is still minus. I mean, 113 right there, and a 26.7 K rate. All right, so um, Pittsburgh has shown us the bats have risen a little bit, but that can on. I probably won't be taking the side there, but that can't contribute to the over here. I don't know if we get a pitching change or whatever this was going on right here. Okay, I'm gonna say. So it is what it is. That's just a line change. So even if you look at the over, or you can look at the team total over for or team totals in general. Where you don't have to pick a side. If you think if you think Atlanta is going to come out there and put up some runs, you can look at. I think it's over 4.5 there. Let's see. Pittsburgh total runs is 3.5, and then Atlanta Braves 5.5. Okay, so they expect Braves to put up runs. Who doesn't expect them to put up runs? Those are other bets that you can use to, just in case you just don't want to pick a side or nothing. So you don't have to always pick a side. You can take some of these totals and stuff like that, even in same game parlays, especially on DraftKings. So like I said, when you're looking at some of these, damn, push the button again. Y'all got me. All right. So those guys, they're definitely in play though. A lot of those numbers at parlay pieces right now. Let's see. So 2.5 for Austin Riley. If you want to get there, I don't really bet on him a lot. Matt Olson 2.5. Yes, I like that. Ozzy Albies. I mean, yeah, man. I always take fucking Olsen for home runs, and then you look at it, I'll be smacking it. You know what I'm saying? So 2.5 at minus 110 for Albies. He's in a really good spot. You know what I'm saying? You can see his 2.5 is at minus 110. So, I like that. Michael Harris here pop in. It's a minus 145 there. Ozuna 2.5 for plus 115. He'll take you deep. And then you got Jack Sawinski. I think you know what? I might sprinkle something on his home run today. He does strike out a lot, but Elder's not that big strikeout guy, so I'm gonna give Jax the benefit of the doubt today, okay? And parlay pieces for like Reynolds and stuff like that. Even you can always add these guys to your hit parlays, man. So it is what it is. Houston Astros at Baltimore Orioles here. We got an over under 9.5 in this spot. We got Brown on the mound. We got Kramer on the mound, okay? And I expect Houston to put up runs here. I almost wanna, Baltimore, they're my guys, man. But I almost wanna bet on Houston. I lean towards Houston in this one here. I don't really trust Brown for the strikeouts right now. I can't trust Brown for the strikeouts right now. Okay, that's one thing I can't do. But Kramer, 23 home runs, 18 to left-hand batters, at home. Let me see. He's given up a 297 batting average to lefties, 527 slugging in general to lefties, and on the road versus left-hand batters. He's at home versus left-hand batters. I want to say, or maybe that's on the road. I don't know. I have to go back and look. 612 slugging. So he's giving it up to lefties there. All right. So Tucker gets a bump. Alvarez for sure. You know what I'm saying? Then you got a few bats over here that hit righties well. So your Bregmans and Yanier Diaz, and you know what I'm saying, Altuve's in play, so like I said, it's gonna be Houston or nothing for me. I know they're on the road. It's going to be Houston or nothing for me in this spot. I think I like Houston today. I could be wrong. You guys know I don't bet on a lot of games, but I think I'm going to give Houston the benefit of the doubt today. I think Houston. I mean, yeah, I think Houston puts up runs. So Jose Altuve, his runs and RBIs are in play here. Giving it, I took the over 2.5 for Yordan Alvarez already. Tucker at a parlay piece, couldn't talk off of that. And like I said, Bregman minus 155 is a parlay piece. Now I do like Gunnar Henderson at 1.5 and minus 150 there. And I couldn't talk you off Santana at minus 135 for his 1.5. I think those guys are in some okay spots, but I just think I like the Houston style a little bit more today. I could be wrong. I don't give out a lot of plays, but it is what it is. Toronto Blue Jays at Cleveland Guardians here. We have right, we have Manoah on the mound. Oh my God, we got Syndergaard on the mound. Okay, so find out who steal bases over here on Toronto and take him for a stolen base. Okay, that's first thing first. All right, Manoah, not a fan of Manoah. All right, Syndergaard, definitely not a fan of Syndergaard here. These offenses can probably end up catching the over here with these two pitchers on the mound. So I couldn't talk you off the over. As you can see, the numbers for the over there, it's a minus 122. That's favored to the over. You get plus money to the under. All right. Start checking out those lines. All right. As far as I don't know who's going to win this game. Whatever the case may be with that, you can, you know, he's giving it up. What's his name? Syndergaard's giving up to lefties and righties, man. You know what I'm saying? So all these Toronto bats are in play. Couldn't talk you off Brandon Belt. Brandon Belt looks really, really good. He popped in my projection model thing. So he looked really, really good. Chapman looked decent. He's a home run candidate. Big Vladdy is a home run candidate. His hits, runs, and RBIs is sitting at 2.5. So maybe this offense gets a bump here. Maybe Toronto puts up some runs here. All right, they should. If they don't, they really, really trash. If they don't. And then on the flip side, I couldn't talk you off guys like Jose Ramirez and stuff like that. But this Toronto offense is supposed to be better than this Blue Jays offense. Okay, so Vladdy and Brandon Belt, those guys are in play for me. All right. Next game up is Detroit Tigers. Let me see. Minnesota Twins at Detroit Tigers. All right. So we got Maeda on the mound. We got Olsen on the mound. Did I got any? Right. So Detroit, they're at home. All right. So in a few games that Olsen has pitched in, his ERA at home is 5.68. On the road is 3.91. He's been getting hit lately. Okay. He's been getting hit lately. I think he's been holding it down for the I think he's been okay in the home run department, but he's been getting hit. All right, so that's one thing we do know. Now, versus right hand pitching, last 30 days, I haven't been catching a wave. It's almost like they doing this shit behind my back, but Minnesota, they number 3 in WRC plus, and number they and they. Shit, they probably number 1 in striking out. Let's see. Yeah, they probably number 1 in striking out. You know what I'm saying? So, but they hitting righties, man. Last 14 days, WRC plus, they are still hitting righties. They're number 8 and 315 plate appearances at 113 WRC plus. And then last 7 days, where they at? They number 4 and 165 plate appearances, 134 WRC plus. Olsen pitches his worst to left-hand batters there. So it's a few bats that you can end up looking at. They're in good spots. I just cannot catch these guys at the right time. You know what I'm saying? So what I'm gonna end up doing, I'm probably gonna end up taking Minnesota in some type of form of fashion. Kepler. Kepler's got lefty. Kepler. He's got 800 OPS versus righties. Julian, 961 OPS versus righties. He's a lefty. Matt Wallner, 1,000 OPS versus righties. He's a lefty. Okay. Yeah, so those are three bets that you can look at, and then I get a picture lean towards uh um Minnesota here for the simple fact. I mean, Maeda has been looking okay, man. He's been looking good. His K percentage is, sitting in a really, really good spot right now. I think he's about a 28, 29 overall. Yeah, so 29.6 overall, 30.3 to lefties, and 29.4.1 to righties. His K prop is sitting at 6.5 on FanDuel right now. On DraftKings, you'll get his K prop sitting at 5.5 at a -160 right now. So if you want to slide over there and get it for a player prop, parlay piece, be my guest. Couldn't talk you off of that. All right. Um, but I'm probably gonna end up, taking a stab at some way trying to back this Minnesota Twins team. Money line sitting here at 154 and -154. What is the player performance doubles looking like here? Uh, Pitching props. Let's see. 6.5 player performance doubles. Okay, you get 5 strikeouts in a win for Minnesota at -110. I like that. I like that. I like that. I like that. Okay, I like that. Definitely. I might even lean off the hits, runs, and RBIs. I might take that and be done with it. Washington Nationals at Philadelphia Phillies. Philadelphia Phillies been catching. They've been catching some pitchers some pitchers and some bullpens that have been catapulting their bats. You know what I'm saying? We got over on the 9 here, Corbin on the road versus Nola. Over on the 9 here, like I said, in Philadelphia Phillies are -250 favorites here. Okay, so Corbin, 4.78 ERA at home, 5.31 ERA on the road. All right. Um, so on the road, so right hand batters here. Okay, we've been doing a lot of betting on lefties lately with this Philadelphia team, and they are in play today. But Washington National, Corbin pitches his worst on versus right hand batters. Okay, so let's see what we got here. 284 batting average on the road, 555 slugging. What's that? 24 home runs overall. 22 of those versus right-hand batters. 17 of those versus right-hand batters on the road. All right. 17 home runs on the road, and 16 of those are right-hand batters on the road. Right. So he's on the road. Righties get a bump here. JT Realmuto, 11 for 32, 7 singles, 2 doubles, and a home run versus Patrick Corbin. Who else we got here? Trey Turner, he's 0-4. We're looking at judging what he's been doing lately and looking at what just looking at what he's been doing lately. He's only 0-4. If he cools off right here, then he cools off. It is what it is, but he's in play. All right. They looked at some of his numbers lately in versus those pitches and stuff like that. He looks pretty good. So couldn't talk you off Trey Turner there. Hits, runs, and RBIs, or just a hit parlay. Now Bryce Harper, he's a lefty, and he's just good at baseball. So 8 singles, 3 doubles, no home runs. He's 11 for 38. He's just seen him a lot. Now another lefty, Kyle Schwarber, he's 5 for 14 with 2 home runs. He in 3 singles. He just seen him a lot. You know what I'm saying? In 14 plate appearances. And then back to the righties. Alec Bohm, 7 for 19. 3 singles, 2 doubles, 2 home runs, and then Nick Castellanos. He's only got 2 singles versus him, but righties get a bump. He's 2 of 8. It is what it is. All right. So I'm really looking at the righties there, and that's what it's gonna be. So it's gonna be and then you got Nola on the mound. Probably won't be taking his strikeouts, but his outs line isn't out. But at the end of the day, it's money line parlays, run line straight for me. Philadelphia Phillies all the way. All right, and those bats there, hits, runs, and RBIs, y'all know the drill with that, man. I ain't even gotta tell you guys what the deal is. Just catch the lineups here. Let me see, Bohm 2.5 for plus money. Harper 1.5. That's definitely doable. Because all these guys gonna be getting on base and shit like that. Real Muto, 1.5 at -165, especially if you think he's going to hit a bomb. That's a decent parlay piece. Schwarber -145. Castellanos, 2.5 +125. Turner 2.5 -105. Okay, Turner's been hot lately. Okay, so St. Louis Cardinals, Tampa Bay Rays over on the 9 in the spot. Liberatore and Littell on the mound here. Liberatore ass is trash. Littell, he's been okay. Over on the 9. Couldn't talk you off the over if you want to get there. Like I said, it's favored to the over at -122. Liberatore is giving it up versus righties. This team is going to produce a lot of righties here. Give me the over. Hits, runs, and RBIs for um, Yandy Diaz, man. It's been a while since I given out one of these guys here. But I mean Yandy Diaz, I like that. Like let's see. All these guys, man, look really, really good versus him today. Let's see. So Randy Arozarena, man. 845 OPS versus lefties. Matthew Liberatore, who is the pitchers, 976 OPS versus righties. So he's giving up almost 1,000 OPS versus righties. Take your pick, okay? Isaac Paredes, he's in play. I got a few of these guys in my player pool. Harold Ramirez, 1,000 OPS versus lefties. Matthew Lee, like I said, man, that's a hell of a match for me. Jose Siri, Wander Franco, yeah, you know what I'm saying. So right now I'm looking at Yandy Diaz, but I couldn't talk you up. Even if you want to do some hit parlays with those guys in it, it is what it is. Now Paul Goldschmidt. And Paul Goldschmidt, he's 5 for 6 versus this guy. You know what I'm saying? So he's 3 singles, 1 double, and a home run versus Littell. So he it could have been one of those days for him or whatever the case may be. But that might look like one of them days he probably could have been going for a cycle or something. What is that? 3 singles, a double, and a home run. Shit, a triple would have gave him a cycle. I don't know if that's the same game, but I'm just talking shit. But yeah. So there you have that. So I couldn't talk about none of these righties, man. At the end of the day, it's Tampa Bay Rays moneyline parlays, run line straights. All right. Hopefully today is one of those chalky days. You know what I'm saying? Everybody need a chalky day one day, man. Just everything hitting. You know what I'm saying? That's what I need. What we need. At the end of the day, and then you got Kansas City Royals at Boston Red Sox. Boston Red Sox been playing me with the bats, man. I'm still thinking about looking at. I put some money on Rafael Devers yesterday. He let me down, man, straight up. But how this is gonna go? Marsh is not even gonna start. He's gonna come in after probably like 2 innings. So, keep an eye out for that. You know what I'm saying? They got somebody else. I think Cox or somebody is going to come in for the first inning or 2, and then Marsh is going to finish it off or pitch, about 3 or 4 innings or something like that. So that's how that's going to go. So the bats, and then Cox is a lefty, so it's a possibility the Boston Red Sox, I don't know, man, they might win this game. They pulled their game out yesterday. Be my guest. Do what you want to do with this game. I ain't even singling nobody out from this game. And then the losses, they've -400 favorites right now. The Dodgers, Kershaw on the mound, Black on the mound. He pitching his worst to righties, man. Like, I even went back to last year and checked him out. So he was giving up like a 371 batting average versus lefties last year versus righties last year. And then I think he's giving out about a 360, 370 batting average versus righties this year, So the over under is 8.5 here. I'm gonna give you my bats here in order. I'm gonna try to do it in order here. Who I like. Mookie, number 1 on the list for me. Blacks, 911 OPS versus righties. Mookie probably number 1 for me. Then comes Freddie Freeman. You know what? Mookie and Freddie, they tied. I'm gonna give Mookie the benefit of the doubt. Now I'm gonna get Mookie 1A because I'm gonna give Mookie 1A because he's 1,000 OPS versus lefties, but Blacks is 911 OPS versus righties. I love to match it up like that. And then Freddie Freeman is 1B. He's a 1100 OPS versus lefties. But Blacks, the pitcher is 723 OPS versus lefties. I want the full match. That's 1A, 1B. Okay, now, JD, JD, and Will Smith, 2A, 2B. All right. I give Will Smith 2A and I give JD 2B. Will Smith got to be in the lineup though. Yeah, Will Smith got to be in the lineup. All right. And then so on and so forth, man. So hopefully those are the first four batters. That'll be awesome, you know. And you guys know the drill with that, At the end of the day, hey, we're going to get this money. Hits, runs, and RBIs, all that. Peace out, guys. Peace.